Hello, everybody. Today's going to be a fun one today because we are talking about release weekend of Mega Evolution. Now, I know a lot of people are excited for all this happening. Some people are posting pictures of their hauls, and other people are posting pictures of barren shelves, as you see right here on my screen. Now, a lot of people out there are getting a bit enraged because of what they are seeing on there. But I do have a question for you all. If you go to the store like I did, this is Target in my area, and actually have some sort of product on the shelves. Let's just imagine right now you see all this before you. Which are you going to take? There is a limit of 2 units per item, but I want to hit you with this question. If you were there by yourself, nobody around, and that sign down below, which I put in a black box, if that did not actually exist, what would you do if you had the money to do anything you wanted? Would you take it all, or would you leave some behind for people? This is the big question out there for everybody based on all these different pictures that we have been seeing. Are you going to just give in to your innermost desires and take that ring, take all of that product that you see before you, or are you going to leave some behind? And of course, it really all depends on who you actually are. Now, I have stripped out the names of these people. Of course, it's the internet. You can find all these people. I'm not saying anything bad about them. You can come to your own conclusions. I'm just using their pictures that they put out there on the internet, okay? And of course, what you're going to find on their X posts is the fact that people are really upset. There's other people defending them, but there's also other people that are just calling them all sorts of names. And of course, some of these people started ending up getting death threats, whether that is warranted or not. And in the end, you shouldn't be doing that because this really is all about cards, and to throw out death threats is kind of really scary. Shouldn't be anything that anybody should be engaging in. But you could see this, of course. Some people got it physically at stores, some people got it online, potentially through bots. Yeah, or some of these people actually are semi stores that actually got this product. I know some people like doing this whole rage bait thing where they're like, oh, I got all this stuff, but realistically, there's reasons on why they have it. But GameStop got into the fray and they decided to say this: nothing says family fun like watching a scalper walk out with a cart full of booster packs while kids stare at bare shelves. This is why we have purchase limits. Walmart should do the same. Now, GameStop had their own issues that people were talking about. Mine was okay. I didn't have any problems with, some sort of promo that people are eBaying right now. I'm not going to talk about that, but feel free to discuss in the comments down below. Now, if you take a look here, this person has a bunch of mini tins and sleeve booster packs and the blisters, which I really want the side duck. I have not been able to actually get that yet. So, or tins, by the way, but all I really care about is the side duck. I really want to get that side duck. It's something that I've been wanting. I think the hard part about all of this is defining who a scalper actually is. And I know you're going to be like, this is really easy. Why would you even say that? Well, if you take a look at the comments down in X, there's people throwing around the term scalper. And there's other people are like, no, this dude is a collector because he opens this. But then other people are like, no, you could be a scalper that opens stuff and still sell individual cards. So who really is that? And I think that is the biggest problem, because as you see this person standing there filling up their carts with all this product. Again, I'm not saying anything about this person. I don't know this person personally, and I have not seen anything else about them. But if you think about just a general person that is doing that, how can you know their intentions of this if you've never seen them before? You know nothing about it. Maybe this person is going to take all this product and donate it to little kids. Maybe this person has a lot of kids, giant family, and they want the experience to be shared with all of them. I can't say for sure, and nobody else can too. So when is it acceptable to clear off a shelf? At this point, does it really matter if that person is a collector, an investor, a scalper, a reseller? Does it matter at all? I think that is the biggest thing that everybody really needs to talk about. Stop labeling people as scalpers or collectors and just be like, no, at this point, we don't want anybody getting a certain amount. And this is where it goes back to this. Should all stores have a real limit? Yes, this is something that GameStop was talking about. This is why we have purchase limits. Walmart should do the same. And I say real limits because, again, you can do this whole thing as what we saw with Sam's Club, where people can do multiple transactions. If no one was really paying attention at Target, you can do the exact same thing as well. I think everybody needs to calm down and remember what this is all about. This is about just having fun with Pokemon cards. And what you see here on my screen is what I ended up getting on GameStop Day Friday. Yeah, that was just 5 booster packs. And you know what? I was actually really thrilled because I wanted that Kangaskhan. I still want that Psyduck though. But I got my Kangaskhan Sleep Booster Pack. I was really pumped up for it. And they enforced a limit of 5. Even though it said pro members get 10, I'm cool with 5 because you know what? I got something versus nothing. In the end, this is all about fun and games. And I know it's really hard to get product right now. But I do want people to really realize that it is hard in the heat of the moment to just stop yourself from just getting as much as you want. You know, you want to leave some for other people. Well, some people want to leave some for other people, others are just going to clear it all out. But just remember what this is all about. This is about a freaking amazing IP that we all had a lot of fun with. There's some people that didn't, some people joined for money, but at the same time, the rest of us, though, we had a lot of good times watching the show. Oh my God, this is awesome. I love this show so much. It was a great time growing up, and I'm showing my wife it. So she's actually enjoying it so far. I'm slowly creeping her into moving over to anime, but we'll see how that all works out. But still, have a lot of fun out there. Remember what this is about. Don't get so angry that you're going to cross over any sort of lines where you're, let's say, slandering people, potentially setting yourself for some kind of lawsuits or potentially jail time because people are going in that direction. If you ever get to that point, maybe you take a step back and remember what this is all about. And one day, this is all going to fix itself. Trust me, you can see this is Pokemon Scar and Violet Journey Together ETB. If you think it's just Journey Together that's going to suffer at some point, no, it's going to be some of the other sets as Pokemon prints more and more of this. But you can see right here, $60 for the ETB. The sun will always rise, and so will Pokemon products inside of the store. Yeah, it's going to be amazing when we start seeing shelves fully stocked and people don't want it anymore. That day will be coming. But as always, have fun, be happy, don't spend anything outside of your budget. Have a good one.